Hello everyone, this is the fourth class of solving questions from the book MTG NEET Guide. So I have already told about this book. This is a very good book for all the NEET aspirants, and ITG aspirants can also do this book in the initial journey of their preparation, and later on they need to do some better books for better level of questions. So today let us do some questions from the topic projectile motion. Okay, so you must have this book. That is how you will be easily able to communicate with this video and with me. So if you have this book, this is a very good thing. So let us start from question number 165, projectile motion. So I'm taking this topic, so I will be taking questions topic wise. If you have any specific doubt, you can write in the comments. And what you have to do, share this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends, so that maximum people can be benefited. So let us start from question number 165. A particle is thrown with a velocity u mechanical theta vertical. So we have already studied projectile. I am telling you this. You can watch the video again if you haven't already. So projectile is thrown, velocity u with a, it just crosses two poles. Each height has a maximum height of projectile is. So we need to find the maximum height, and the projectile passes these two heights at time 1 and 3. Okay. So how do you solve this? So we know the height, formula for height is, see, we will write at any for sy. In y-axis we can write displacement is equal to s, acceleration is minus g, u is u sine theta. Only for y-axis we are writing, and time is t. We can write s is equal to ut half a t square. And we know that the formula for maximum height is how much? U square sine square theta by 2g. So see, the method can be anything. You can solve the question by any method. It is up to you. But so I am discussing one method. You can have another method also. So it is up to you, whatever suits you best. Okay. So this is the maximum height. We need to find u sine theta, right? We need to find u sine theta. We can write gt square minus 2u sine theta into t plus 2h is equal to 0. We have taken this the other side, and we know sum of root. This is a quadratic equation, and we know sum of roots is minus b by a. So t1 plus t2 is minus b by a. How much? 2u sine theta by g. And t1 plus t2 is how much? T1 plus t2 is for a particular height we are talking about, for a particular height, yeah. So it is 1 and 3. So it is 4 2u sine theta by g. So u sine theta becomes how much? 2 into g, right? We'll put the value here, 2 into g. So it will become 2g square by 2g. Answer will become 2 into g. That means 9.2, 19.6. B must be the answer. 165 B. Let us check. 165 B is the answer. Okay, so you can also verify this. So we took it, I think this is a good method. So there can be other methods also, you can definitely see. So what we have done, we have solved the equation in y-axis, and for y-axis we can write this we have already studied in the previous classes. You can refer to the lectures, and then we just applied the formula. Sum of the roots is 4, 1 plus 3 it was given, and then we use this value in the formula. Okay, let us take the next question number 166. So projectile is thrown at an angle 40 degree with the horizontal at r1. Another projectile is thrown at an angle 40 degree with the vertical ends in r2. What is the relation between r1 and r2? Okay, so see, r1 angle is 40 degree and r2's angle is how much? R2's angle is 40 degree with the vertical. That means 50 degree with the horizontal, right? 50 degree because the total angle is 90. So 40 and 50, and we have already seen this in our lecture that these angles are complementary, alpha and 90 minus alpha. And for complementary angles, range is same. That means R1 is equal to R2 must be the answer. 166A. Let us check 166. A. Yeah, A is the right answer. Okay. So obviously it is a simple thing, because see, range is Same for complementary angles. If you throw the ball at 10 degree and 80 degree, the range is same. You can refer to the video for this. Okay, question number 167. From the top of tower of height itna, ball is projected upward with a speed itna at an angle of elevation. The ratio of total time taken on the ball to hit the ground to its time of flight. Okay, so from a top of tower, height 40 meter, ball is projected towards upwards. Okay, so from a top of tower, height 40 meter, ball is projected upward with a speed at an angle of elevation of 30 degree, and the ratio of the total time taken to hit the ground to the time of flight. Okay, so time of flight, he must be referring to the formula 2u sin theta by g. So let us check. I think that must be the thing that he is checking. So this is 30 degree, total time is something, and time of flight is something. Okay, ratio the total time and the okay, so time of flight must be how much? 2u sin theta by g, right? So 2u sin 30 by g is 10, so it becomes 2. Okay, and let us calculate the total time. So we will write positive and positive the way we have solved in the projectile class. Ux is how much? U cos theta 20 root 3 by 2. Uy is how much? 20 sin theta 10. Ax is 0, Ay is minus g. Displacement in x we do not know. Displacement in y is minus 40. And time taken is t. We do not need this. We will solve by this. So we will write s is equal to ut half a t square. Right? So 10 gets cancelled. Minus 4 is equal to t minus t square by 2. We can write t square minus 2t minus 8 is equal to 0. T becomes minus b plus minus root of b square 4ac upon 2a. So this becomes how much? 6. We will use positive because the answer cannot be negative. 6 plus 2, 8 by 4 it becomes. So 4 is the total time. Time of flight is 2. Ratio must be 4 by 2. Let us check. So 2 is to 1. 167a. 167a. Okay, yeah. Okay, right answer. So these are very simple questions, not very difficult. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comments. So body is projected with a velocity v1 from a point A as shown in the figure. At the same time, the body is projected vertically upward. Point B lies for both the velocity to collide. Okay. See, the body is projected here and another body is projected from here, and both have to collide here. That means in the time this body reaches here, in that time this body should reach here, right? So what is the time taken by this body? It is half of time of flight, that is u sin theta by g, right? That means v1 sin theta sin 30 by g. This is the time in which this body reaches here. In this time, this should also reach here. Okay. So if it has to reach here, we will solve for v2. Initial velocity is v2. Acceleration is minus g. Time is same. Time is same t. And displacement is h. How much? U square sin square theta for v1, right? v1, because this is the height of projectile of v1. So v1 square sin square theta by 2g. So I hope you are able to understand the question. In that time this body reaches here, in that time this should also reach here. So time is half of time of flight, u sin theta by g, and for this initial velocity v2, acceleration minus g, time is again the same, and displacement is the height of projectile, that is u square sin square by 2g. Let us solve. So we will write v square sin square theta by 4 8, so by 8 g is equal to Vt half a t square. So we will write V1 square by 8g is equal to V2 into t. That means V1 V2 by 2g minus g by 2 into t square. V1 square by, it becomes 8g. Okay, g gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. So we will write how much? V1 square by 4 is equal to V1 V2 minus V1 square by 4. Okay, it will go there. It will become V1 square by 2 is equal to V1 V2. And what do we have to find? V2 by V1. So V2 by V1, V2 by V1, it will become 1 by 2. 0.5 must be the answer. Let us check. For B, 168B, B is the answer. Okay. Okay, so cricketer can throw a ball to a maximum horizontal distance itna with the same speed. How much high above the ground can a cricketer throw? Okay, so cricketer can throw a ball to maximum horizontal distance itna. Maximum horizontal distance comes when theta is 45. This we already know. So we will write R range is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Sine 2 theta is 1, sine 45 into 2, sine 90. So we will find u square to be how much? G into 100. Okay. Now with the same speed, how much high he can throw? So the height's formula is u square sine square theta by 2g. For maximum height, sine theta is 1. So it will become u square by 2g. Now u square's value we will use 100 into g by 2g. 50 meter it comes. Let us check. A. 169A. 169A. 169 answer is A. Okay. So let us also understand this thing. You tell me, for a normal person, for any person, the person will be able to throw the ball farther or higher. You tell me. Is it easier to throw the ball at a very large distance or to a very large height? Obviously, one can throw a ball to a very large distance as compared to very high height. That means answer must have been less than 100. Yeah, and less than 100 there is only one option, A. So this, in this way also one can think. 169 answer is A, right? So in this way also a person can think. This is the objective approach. Answer must have been less than 100. Okay, so let us take 2 more questions. Question number 170. Body of mass m is projected. Yeah, so projected horizontally with the velocity v from top of a tower of hydrogen and it reaches the ground. The second body of mass 2m is projected horizontally from tower to 2h, it reaches the ground. Okay, so the question is, body of mass m is projected horizontally. Okay, horizontally with a speed v from the top of a tower of height h, reaches the ground at a distance x. Okay, it is of mass m. Another scenario is body of mass 2m projected horizontally with some v2 speed, height is 2h. So in physics, you know, diagram making is very important. Once the diagram is formed, you are able to understand the question, and once you are able to understand the question, half of the question is solved. That's it. Okay, then you just calculation is left. So the height is 2h, reaches the ground in 2x. Okay, so what is the horizontal velocity of, this is the question. So for this, if we solve x-axis, y-axis, initial velocity is v, initial velocity is 0, acceleration is 0, acceleration is g, taking downward direction positive, Okay, displacement in x is a, displacement is h, time is t. Okay, so x is equal to vt and s is equal to ut half a t square. Similarly, we will solve for this. See, mass is not coming into role anywhere. Initial velocity is v2, initial velocity is 0, acceleration is 0, acceleration is g, displacement is 2x and displacement is 2h. X is equal to, we will write, time is t. Okay, so time is t. It can be t1, it can be t2, but doesn't matter. We will put the value of t1 here and t2 here, so it will get cancelled. It doesn't matter. So x is equal to how much? 2x. Sorry, 2x is equal to v2 into t2. Similarly, here we will write s is equal to t half a t2 a square. Okay. Now see. So we will calculate, we will put the value of t1 here. We will see that 2h by g is equal to how much? T1 is x by v. This is the relation. And we will put the value here. So we will get how much? 4h by g. 4h by g. I am doing it in a very less space, but I think you are able to understand. And in paper also, you know, in paper also many times you have very less space, so this must be a practice of yours. You should be able to solve like this. So 4h by g is equal to t2 square. T2 square is how much? 4x square by v2 ka square. Now see, 4 is getting cancelled but 2 is not getting cancelled. If we divide both now, okay, so if we one mistake has been done. T2, this was square, this was square, this was square. Okay, so now if we divide, but we will get 2 is equal to this by this, that means v2 square by v square, right? So v2 will become root 2 times v, root 2 times v. Let us check. C 170, answer is 170, answer is C. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comments, and as I've already told, share this video with all your friends, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll meet in the next class. Keep me posted with what kind of videos you are looking for. We'll definitely see to it how we can proceed. Thank you so much for joining.